Greetings, sunshines and sunnies. It is I, Queen J Lotus, King Sunkiss, coming at y'all right quick, right fast, maybe, for new moon messages for the October Scorpios. Yes, 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 my lord. Just the October Scorpios as the divine realm ordered. All right, I must be obedient. They sent the direction that there shall be no November baby new moon messages from through my vessel. Okay, there may be other spiritual workers who have information for those individuals, but my divine realm said get somebody else to do it. All right, it's not personal from me. It's not personal from me on my end, okay? I had every intent to go through all 12 signs, fully, all the months, all of that. But child, the Most High spoke, and I must be obedient. So, here we go. But hopefully, y'all can find somebody else to do it, if you're a November Scorpio. And or perhaps I have a video respective to one of your other placements that may be able to help you just as well. I'm gonna try to leave links. I'm gonna try to make a playlist on YouTube, and I'm gonna try to leave the link to the playlist in all of the videos. So yeah, but like I said, if you're a November Scorpio, it's no disrespect, okay? I just got to follow the doctor's orders. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the specificities of these cards. What the new moon got for to say to y'all, October Scorpio, honey. So. Y'all's first card y'all got is they broke your heart. It came out sideways. The head of the card is to the right. So there is some positivity that you all are blinded to, some optimism, some good things that you all have been blinded to, and maybe even blinding yourself from. All right. So like I said, this reads off they broke your heart. And the other side of that card reads, fuck them. All right. Howsoever, what I am getting off of this card specifically for you all is there is a level of fuck them that is cool, all the while I'm hearing the song, let me give your heart a break, so much you can take, yeah. And so it's channeling the energy. There's another card from this deck. It's not in this layout, but the message of it is channeling through that says you need a good fucking cry. And so y'all are needing to let yourselves heal in layers. It's given that a lot of you have been through a lot of shit, and my November Scorpio friend just said this, but she was referencing her Gemini moon. But what she said was, I feel what I feel and I move on. And so that's like kind of what's channeling through here for y'all. Y'all have like this mindset of, I give myself a day or two to feel what I feel and I move on, which in a mental health sense is healthy. There's a level of that is definitely good. Spirit's not saying that you are wrong about that. You just have to also expand your method and your mindset surrounding healing, because of course I feel what I feel and I move on, that's healthy to keep you from dwelling too long in a moment and or in a phase, in a time span about one subject, one emotion, one thing, things of that nature. But when it comes to the actual process of healing, it's more layered. And so you can heal from one layer months after you've experienced whatever the situation is that hurt you. And then, like maybe a year, 2, 3 years later, there can be a whole nother layer from that traumatic experience, heartbreaking experience that now your system is ready to heal from. So again, expanding your mindset surrounding the process of healing. So again, that acknowledgement that y'all have a good mental health regimen with the specific tactic of, I feel what I feel and I move on. Something comes up, you give yourself a day or two to totally rawfully feel those emotions, and then you direct yourself to be resolution oriented. That's good. You just got to understand that and that's frustrating as it can be. You can get to points and being like, I am so tired of healing from this person, of healing from this situation. But it's just like, that's how I go. Especially when it's something that is very traumatic and or very deep rooted and or karmic. And with that, Spirit is bringing attention to the connection to the body as well. Y'all's body's intuitive spaces, intuitive callings. Y'all might be interested in a book called, I think it's called How the Body Keeps the Score. And it talks about how trauma ends up resonating in the body, and how your body, through like inflammation or illnesses, soreness, and things of that nature, can be sending you messages about trauma and things that you are actually needing to heal on a spiritual level. that is causing the pain and trauma to materialize on a physical level. And that's a huge part of why also there are a lot of people who constantly go to medical doctors for bodily ailments, and the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with them. And more than likely it's because the ailment is spiritual. The root of the ailment is spiritual and or emotional, and it is like just materializing itself into the body because it's gone so long without being healed, right? And so like I said too, this is calling y'all's attention to rediscover and or straight up discover how your intuition resonates in your body as well. And this goes into learning how to listen to your body better, not just when it comes to pain, soreness and stuff like that, but also when you're hungry, when your stomach is growling, when you're having cravings, if you feel pulled to dance randomly, you feel pulled to stretch randomly, you feel called to rearrange your health regimen, things of that nature, or certain foods you used to like you no longer can indulge in for one reason or another. Either it don't taste the same to you and or it makes you sick one way or another. Listen to your body, because those are some ways that your intuition resonates in your body. 9/11, as I say that, and as I was about to say as well, that's your body trying to protect you, trying to help you navigate also healing processes, amongst navigating the specific act of living life and being, but also healing. And that's why also healing, especially from certain things, is so layered, because our being in itself is layered. And our mind could be ready to heal from something, but our soul may not be. Our body may be ready to heal from something, but our heart may not be. Our heart may be, feel like it's ready, but our mind isn't. Or, one way or another, our mind and heart may be ready, but our body isn't, It can go either way. So that's why y'all are being called to expand, like I said, expand your perspective and mentality around the healing process, and as well as how that applies to the layers of your being, your mind, body, heart, soul, intuition, all that. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. So then, as we get to stop talking, and it is sideways. So the reason why y'all got stop talking and it's sideways, I keep hearing y'all are talking about too much negative stuff. Y'all are talking about too much like dark subject matter, talking too much about things that you don't like, talking too much about things that you don't want to see, negative things that other people are doing, wearing, saying, just talking too much about things that are not serving you. And you're needing to talk more about what you want to see, what you want. Because a thing that y'all keep running into is Spirit is saying in y'all's relationships, as well as in your relationship with yourself and your relationship with Spirit, the universe, and trying to manifest certain things that you've been trying to manifest. The reason why the soil has been so rigid as opposed to fertile is because when you keep saying and talking about all of these things that you dislike and don't want and that are on a lower frequency, that's essentially what you're calling to you. Like, it's like words make mine, even to the universe. So you keep putting that out into the universe. So that's why it keeps coming back to you. As well as you could like start off with a high perception about yourself, right? But if you keep talking down on everybody else or being overly critical to everybody else and talking about what everybody else is doing and not doing in a negative sense, that can then start to bring down your own self-perception before you even know it. And so that's also why that card is to the left as well. That card is to the left because it going to the left indicates too much negativity. Too much negativity, which correlates with the directioning of the first card as well, where it's like it's positivity that you're blinded to. And a part of that reason being is because you keep giving all of your energy to things that are negative to you. So, and it's like Spirit is saying, even though you may be right about certain things, you may not even, be right or wrong about certain things. It's just your opinion. But Spirit is saying, really evaluate how much of that shit actually matters at the end of the day, and how much of that shit is actually conducive to your well-being and your evolution into the higher potential that you're trying to get to. You're not giving enough energy to the divine things that you're trying to manifest. That's why they haven't been manifesting, and or what you have been manifesting has been like in some ways overwhelmed and or interrupted with some form of negativity. And it's because that's what you've been giving your energy to, more of the negativity than the positivity. And I'm also hearing and saying it's like, and this is a segue us to, we're going to skip the other Rebel Oracle card up there, and this is segueing us to the World card over to the furthest left. It's that big pink card that says Boozy Brunch. And so this is Spirit saying, y'all have had a lot in y'all's lives to celebrate and be proud of yourselves for, as well as a lot of different talents that you could have and could put more energy into, but you don't, and you haven't. I'm hearing it's like you let other people and what's going on with other people's lives and what other people are doing persuade you into like getting off track. And it's also giving you, I'm trying to see how spirit is wanting me to put this. It's like how some people are occasional drunks, y'all are like occasional celebrators. And it's giving, y'all are at risk for being like cautionary tales of this person, they works every day of their life, and the 3 days that they had a vacation, they partied hard, but they were a hard worker. And like spirit is throwing it up there to like really give y'all a wake up call. Like, are you living? And if you reevaluate and come to find out that you haven't actually been living, you may also come to find that that's why you have so much negative shit to say about everybody else, because a part of you is bitter about the fact that you're not living your life to the fullest potential and you know it. And so you got to talk down about everybody else to make yourself feel better about how you're stifling yourself. Tisk. And amongst that, for some of you, it's also giving like you give yourself illusions of celebration and fun through substances, but you're not actually doing anything that's like really exciting or really like exhilarating, fulfilling, thrilling, like in a good way. And if I be totally explicit about what spirit is showing me, it's giving some of you may like indulge in substances on a job, and or you have a travel job, and you convince yourself that that's giving you all the adventure that you need and all the lush and luxury and, you know, fun and stuff that you need, excitement that you need. But in actuality, if you were to really sit with yourself and not only stop talking, but try to find some other things to talk about, you may come to find out that you're making yourself miserable by, for some reason, y'all are afraid to like really step out and live. Y'all are afraid to eat, pray, love on some shit. And y'all really need to, because that's getting us to this Ten of Swords card, and it reads off can't even. And that's, it's like somebody and or some form of trauma, or somebody who inflicted some type of intense form of trauma upon you, convince you that you don't have permission to just have fun. Like, you have to earn the fuck out of your fun. And even if you're having fun, you have to still be in some way structuring yourself in the process. And so like that's what it's giving. And it could also be back-to-back experiences that have communicated to you this belief system that you've internalized, that you're not allowed to just have fun. Even hearing like excessively micromanaging the way that you eat, which would also like explain the imagery on the world, the boozy brunch card, because it's a bunch of bread. And you know, indulgence is also about food as well. And so like, needless to say, y'all sacral chakra is terribly neglected. It's very encaged. And y'all also have the Knight of Coins in reverse, which, and it reads off from this deck, it reads off celebrity stylist. So it's in reverse. And y'all need to healthily let yourselves go. It's giving hyper civilization, and to the point where y'all are becoming, I don't want to say this, but this is how it's coming up. Y'all are brinking on becoming the bitter old aunties that sit at the side table and just gossip and talk shit about everybody else. And it coming from the place of you low-key, high-key, feeling some type of way about yourself, feeling resentment about yourself, not allowing yourself to do a lot of the things that you really want to do, not allowing yourself to have real adventure. And then even when you are allowing yourself to have adventure, it's wrapped up in performing for other people and or work, some form of work or caretaking or something of the sort. Like, never allowing yourself to just be, to just do what you want to do. It's giving, you know, intense FOMO that can turn into resentment. And specifically, I'm picking up that some of you may have for a long time wanted to like pick up side gigs of like singing in bars or performing in like small like intimate crowd type nightclubs and shit like that, but you will not let yourself do it for some reason. You could make, you could make the time, that you could literally do it if you just put your mind to it and do it, but you won't allow yourself to do it because you're letting someone or something tell you that you don't have permission to, that it's no reason to, that you don't deserve to. For others of you, it's an elongated trip that you've been wanting to take. For others of you, you want to move to another state, a totally different state, and or you want to move totally out of the country. A lot of y'all are really wanting to make total changes of trajectory and or simply add on like really wondrous, whimsical, extracurricular activities to your life, but you keep telling yourself and allowing this devil who is a lie in your head tell you that it ain't for you and that you can't and that you shouldn't and that you don't deserve it. Y'all, come on. Which gets us perfectly back to the card that we skipped over earlier, okay? Which is, honey, and you see it faded out. That's not a coincidence. It faded out in the crop that I did on the picture. That's not a coincidence, okay? All things are according to the wheel. And it's looking all chewed up and whatnot because y'all's, and this is tapping into y'all's solar plexus. Y'all's self-esteem is very low. I hate to say that. I'm not saying it as an insult. I'm saying it as a message from the divine realm, and it's to help snap y'all out of it because y'all need to be made aware like that y'all self-esteem is in a very low place right now, and it has a lot to do with your sacral chakra being severely damaged and stifled and imprisoned. And so this card reads off, you are badass. Act like it. The other side of that card says you are giving your power away. And that has been the theme of this reading. That y'all are giving y'all's power away. Y'all's giving y'all's energy away to all of the wrong things, a bunch of negative things, a bunch of low frequency things. It's giving steady eating from low vibrational plates, wondering why you ain't getting no nutrients. So y'all, please meditate and pray for liberation, for your higher self to divinely direct your pain. Ask for your divine realm and your higher self to help you divinely direct your pain. Because right now, the frequency of pain is weighing y'all's sacral way down. And therefore is wearing y'all's solar plexus way down. And y'all keep trying to numb the pain through y'all's root chakra, which is a very common unevolved Scorpio trait, which is trying to heal yourself through working yourself to death. Don't work like that. It's not working. Y'all, please. I love us for real. Let yourself go. Okay? And be compassionate and patient with yourself, because this is also like bringing back up like that healing in layers. And that's a part of healing your sacral as well, allowing yourself when it's coming good to flow and grow through those emotions. Don't get too lost in the sauce of feeling like you gotta force yourself to be over something because you feel like, oh, I just healed from this a couple of months ago, or I just healed from this a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever. I thought I was healed from this. Yeah, you healed from one section and now you gotta heal from another. It's in layers. So allow yourself to be intimate and compassionate with and through all of your layers. A song that's channeling through for y'all is I just want somebody who knows me naked. Someone who never asks for love, but knows how to take it. Are you that somebody who sees a wall and breaks it? Are you ready to fight just to see what's lost behind my flaws? Can you love me naked? Okay? Can you love yourself naked? Can you love yourself naked? Because y'all want that real bad from other people, but y'all are not allowing yourself to have it from yourself. And with that, I'm hearing Spirit say that there's a village and divine partner that is exactly that. Somebody who will love you naked. But y'all gonna have to start with that man in the mirror, honey. And if you got an Aquarius placement, you need to tune into that video. Like I said, I try to leave the links. But I believe it's about that time where I remind y'all, you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Y'all go fishing, baby. And with all that being said, child, if I do say so myself, honey, I have milked this conjurer, and I am thoroughly appreciative for the exchange of verbs. And if you're feeling synchronized, please do me a divine design and like, share, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to be back through these queened quotas for the next time. And be sure to bless that comment section with show questions and conversations. And as always, I bid you in all ways light, love, healing, and liberation. Emphasis on liberation. Mwah.